So the Switch 2 Direct just happened. We didn't get any Smash Bros. News. Or did we? Did we actually get some news that may actually impact the future of Smash Bros? Or am I a crazy Smash Bros. Conspiracy theorist that is just desperate for a new game? That's for you to decide. Definitely the latter. But anyway, today what we're going to do is look at how the news we got from the Switch 2 Direct can and will possibly maybe impact the future of Smash Bros. One way it could impact the next Smash Bros. Game is all the Mario characters' new designs that we've seen from Mario Kart World. Now, I don't really know if this is a wonder situation where we get a one-off game with an interesting and different art style, but it looks like just about every character in that game has a new design, or at least a slight improvement with the new design they're going for in Mario Kart World. But Mario looks a little chunkier. He looks a little bit more cartoony, and so does Luigi, and Peach, and Daisy, and Yoshi, and Toad kind of look the same. But Bowser, especially in the face, has like a very different design, a lot more cartoony and goofy design. So I think we can see those designs kind of carry over to the next Smash Bros. Game, especially DK's. I think they're going full sim with DK's design, because look at his design and also his design in Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's vastly different. I think that's what they're going for in this new era of the Nintendo Switch 2, and I think that is going to stay. I don't think that's just going to be just a one-off design difference where he looks different in Mario Kart World and he also looks different in his own standalone game. I think that's here to stay. So all these character designs definitely will be in the next Smash Bros. Game. At least DK's, at least Donkey Kong's will. 2. Diddy Kong is gone. I don't know where Diddy Kong went. He is not in Mario Kart World. He is not in the 3D Donkey Kong game that we can see. What did they do to him? Where did he go? Is he gone forever? Did they retire him? Are they going to replace him with a new sidekick? I don't know. He's just kind of gone. And 2 games that I feel like he should have been in got announced on the Direct, and he just wasn't there. So what's with that? I'm guessing that's gonna carry over to Smash Bros. As well. Diddy Kong will not be there. Everybody else will, but Diddy Kong will be gone, if we're to believe this Direct. Number 3, DK is definitely getting the Odyssey treatment, and with this new 3D game, it looks like he is going to get a whole lot of new moves. So I would expect some new moves to come with him in Smash as well. Him burying into the ground and digging and just punching and breaking everything. I don't know how you can translate that to a Smash Bros. Moveset, but wouldn't it be crazy if Donkey Kong could just bury down underneath the stage and pop back up? Or he could grab parts of the stage to then throw at other fighters. Like, that would be sick. That would be really cool. That would be awesome. Like, I want to see that. It would be like Steve, where he can place blocks all over the map, but instead DK can break the stage apart and throw things at other fighters. Like, that would be awesome. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but it should if it doesn't. But this is the last bit of news I actually did want to talk about, because I think it does actually concern Smash Bros. I've been kind of just goofing around and being a little bit silly for the first part of it, but really what I think is happening here is, or what we've seen in this Direct, is really interesting, because for a long time we were very curious about what Masahiro Sakurai, the director of the Smash Bros. Series, what he was working on. Because he had talked about it on his YouTube channel, and he's tweeted about it and stuff like that he was working on something, and he kind of built it up and he kind of teased it a little bit. Being that all he's really worked on for the last couple of games is Smash Bros, we kind of assumed, oh well, I guess he's working on some more Smash Bros stuff. That's interesting, but we were wrong. We were definitely very wrong. He's working on something a little bit more interesting, I think, and that is Kirby Air Ride 2. I mean, we didn't get a huge look at the game, we just kind of got it revealed, but I'm really happy for Sakurai, because I feel like he's been working on just Smash forever. It kind of seems like he's been working non-stop on Smash Bros. For 3DS and Smash Bros. For Wii U, and then the DLC for those games, and then he kind of went immediately into Ultimate, and then Ultimate DLC, Fighters Pass 1 and 2, and he's been working on Smash for a long time. So I'm really happy that he is working on something else, and not only is he working on something else, but he's also working on Kirby. That's his baby. You know, I'm happy he's working on that again, and it's also a game he's been absent from for a long time, and I bet it feels good to come back and to work on that for first time in a while. I mean, I don't think he's worked on a Kirby game for several years. So I'm glad he gets to work on his game, on a character, you know, he created. So that's very exciting. However, when Smash Bros fans see something like this, they tend to flip out and be like, well, he's not working on the next Smash Bros game. When's he going to work on the next Smash Bros game? If he's not working on it now, then it probably won't be coming out for another 6 years or so. Maybe. I don't know if that's the case or not, but we just know that he's working on this game. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not thinking about the next Smash Bros game. That doesn't mean that somebody else isn't actively working on the next Smash Bros game. We just don't know. We don't know. It could be a thing of he's passed the torch on to somebody else and they are working on the next one right now and they're working on it. It could also be, I mean, I don't think he's gonna be working on 2 games at once, but it could be like, hey, look, I want to do this before we think about the next Smash Bros game. It's very much okay for him to work on something else before he works on the next Smash Bros game. He's been working on the same game for a while, so it's great he's getting to have that change of pace and work on something else. But people are flipping out about the fact that he's working on something else instead of being happy for the guy, and I'm happy for the guy. I am, I guess, you know, obviously this channel is about Smash Bros and how I love Smash Bros and would love to see a new one. So I'm very curious on the status of the next Smash Bros game. And I think we all are. If you're watching this, you're definitely a Smash fan. And you're kind of curious, especially now that we know he's working on something else. What does that mean for the next Smash Bros game? I think it's kind of okay for us to just be in the dark for a while. You know, we had so much Smash Bros news from Smash 4 and 3DS into the DLC for that game, into not too long after Smash Ultimate gets announced, and then that game comes out, and then oh, we get DLC for that game. Oh, we get Battle Pass 1 and 2. That's a lot of gaming news for one game series. And it's been a little bit now. You know, Smash came out in 2018 and the DLC ended, I guess, 2022. So it has been a little bit, but I think I'm kind of okay with not knowing when the sequel of that's going to happen and kind of being in the dark for a little longer. I wouldn't expect anyway for a Smash Bros game to come out for a couple of years at least into the Switch 2. So I think that's okay. Doesn't mean I'm not kind of bummed that I don't know what's going to happen. I like knowing when things are going to happen. I hate not knowing when things are going to happen. We'll be fine. The Switch 2, it looks really great. It looks great. It looks like it has great games. The prices are definitely something.
You owe me
$450. $450. And I might talk about that at another point, but it looks like a good console. The games look good. I'm excited for it. I'm not excited to have to spend that amount of money, but I'm excited for it. And with a new Nintendo console means a new Smash game. We just have to wait and see when that is. Until then, we can keep speculating about it. We can keep making YouTube videos about it. It's fun trying to guess what's gonna happen. It's fun when games don't get leaked and we don't know ahead of time. We can wait a little longer and let Sakurai make games he's passionate about and he's clearly excited about. And also, somebody else could be making it. We don't know. Like, it could be somebody else. And I guarantee you, whoever makes it will probably do a good job. I don't know if it'll be the same necessarily. Sakurai's really good at what he does. It's still going to be a fun game. It's still going to have new characters to be excited about. Still going to have new things to get hyped about. So that was a tangent and a half. Sorry about that. A whole lot of games announced in this direct. A lot of new material for characters to draw from in their Smash Bros movesets. Obviously DK will have a whole lot to draw from his new game. Samus from both Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime 4. Zelda from her new starring role recently, as well as Hyrule Warriors is getting a new game. She looks like she has a prominent role in that, so we could see her drawing inspiration in her moveset from those games. Maybe Kirby gets some moves from Kirby Air Riders, you know? Anyway, thank you guys for watching that very rambly video. Very unscripted YouTube video that I just made. And yeah, if you guys like that kind of stuff, let me know. If you guys like this content, please subscribe. I will see you guys very soon. Anyways, see you guys next time. Remember this, I always say this at the end of my videos, but it's important, so just make sure